Oh, whoop, hold up. All right, we are live. Welcome to a Saturday stream. Nice little weekend, and we're gonna learn today. Hopefully, I did do a little bit more looking over the docs, so I could hopefully understand at least some of the basic stuff that we went over last time a little bit better myself to hopefully explain it better. Cause yeah, again, math is not my strong suit. So, yeah. So anyway, before that, as per usual, let's take a look at some other people's builds and stuff. I think we ended up about where this tree is here. So, yeah, I don't think we saw this tree last time, but not bad, not bad. I really like the texturing for the leaves. That's probably the best part about it. I don't really know that I love the texturing for the branches as much. Like that light to dark doesn't quite work as well as this light to dark, you know. But yeah, that looks good. It looks like a tree. um, hmm. Interesting pathway in the middle of things over there. Not bad though. Pretty good shapes going on there. Look at that terrain. Oh, those pillars. Cut pillars. Very 3XU. Um that's a very clumpiness going on down here, but I like the overall look of this. That is a nice little dragon. Um I think we've seen a closer up version of this, but definitely got a nice chunk of buildings up there. I like the detail in there. That's nice looks to it. Um, Simple little spawn things, not bad. What a cute whale. I like the flow too. That it's not just like a flat whale. Nice touch. BMO. Fantastic. This feels like it's inspired by the Distant Lands, the new Adventure Time stuff. Came out not too long ago now. Wow, what fancy balloons. Very nice. These buildings, honestly, not that hard to create, I would say, because you only really need one side of the building. So, but it does look good. So, yeah, looks right. And then I like the environment down here with the boats and all that. That actually adds a lot to it, I think. Um, Definitely seen this before. This is Attack on Titan build. Pretty insane. And then this isn't Attack on Titan, is it? Still, this is like Game of Thrones now, right? Or is this still Attack on Titan? Um, Sword Art Online. Okay, other one. This one's got to be Attack on Titan, right? Yeah, this one's Attack on Titan. This one's Sword Art Online. Okay, definitely different, but still cool. A lot of very fun angled buildings in that for sure. I like that. Um, can't see what's going on there, so I'm gonna just ignore that. That's a nice looking tree. Very alien, I guess would be the best way to put that. I like that. Zeranny showing us what we're gonna get into today. Oh boy, oh boy. Um, yeah. If you haven't heard, we're gonna be going over that. um, Oil rig. I like the little mini oil rig in the background. I think we've seen that before. We'll skip over that. That's a pretty good dragon model. Futuristic hub, very bright. This would be a lot of sea lanterns for sure. This reminds me of that Lord of the Rings, that green place. I don't remember what the name of it is. The one right before they Frodo and Sam climb into Mordor or whatever through the secret staircase. I still forget what that place is called. Um, yeah, even after summarizing all that for myself. All right, I do like that one actually. The horse. I wish I could see more angles of this. would be helpful. Ooh, what an angle for a tree. The one up there, very special. These plants feel far too big for whatever's going on here. The rest of the plants feel pretty like proportional, but these pink leafed ones back here, those feel far too big. I also thought that that tower was attached to that tree. It's not. Just floating there. Well, I like the overall look, but I don't like how big those plants are. Pretty sure we've seen this before too. Is this just a repost of that other one? Where's the other one? Could have swore there's another one. Maybe I'm just crazy. Maybe it's further up, and I was just looking at it. Yeah, we've seen that castle before. We've seen that tree. Okay, these seem either they're reposts or I just didn't look at all that stuff before. Yeah, so this is definitely the same thing. It's just got a nice background now. Nice. Nice castle going on. Wow, that's a lot of colors. Very clearly the generic palm trees that everybody uses. The big palm tree. I need to make more big palm trees, that's for sure. Maybe I can find a nice noise function command to help me make some of the leaves and stuff, because that's honestly the most time-consuming part of making palm trees. Is usually you have to make like the strands of the leaf kind of by hand. So if I could figure out a way to do that with commands, that would be fantastic. This is awesome. I love this. A giant scale build. I like this little pin board in the back here. That's hilarious. I don't think I looked at this woman over here. Ho ho ho! Look at them knockers. Oh my god, there's a little dragon. I love the dragonfly. That is so nice. What a like small little detail. I actually didn't even. Yeah, you don't even notice that like among all the other stuff going on in here. Yeah, that little dragonfly is very accurate. Try not to skip over too much stuff because I keep skipping over things, skipping back and forth, and then I lose where I was. I feel like I've seen that cathedral 1,000 times. I really don't like the background in this one. I think they could have just not put a background and this would have looked better. Or just put like a grass field or something in the back. I don't know. Just the pixel art doesn't really work that well. Also don't really, I guess that's supposed to be a string, but yeah, 45 degrees in Minecraft. Or not even 45, but weird angles in Minecraft. Hey. Wow. It's a lot of little hair strands to put on there to try to make that look like it actually has hair drawn off of it. Little fuzz. Beauty and horror. Yeah, again, I would have probably done that a different way. The hair, at least just the hair. So it looks like they just did that by hand. Ooh. That's a nice screenshot. I like this little scene right here. This is very nice. Like that, this build right here does not imply that you would get this view. That's nice. That image doesn't exist. Okay. We'll skip past this. Wow, what is... I guess those are all nails. A nail around nails in their head. That's wild. And then I guess that's a hammer. That's awesome. I really like the flow of the shirt as well. That's just well done. Yeah, I was gonna say that's definitely that one guy that makes all those colorful terrains. Just his style, eh? I don't hate those trees. I kind of like the glazed terracotta for the leaves. That makes sense. It's a good idea. Ah, there's a 3XU terrain. Got a house. Nice. Nice, nice. Wow, that has got a lot of layers to this castle. Just houses down here and stuff, then another chunk over here, then another layer, the castle actual room there. Throne room, I guess. Wow. Yeah, it's nice of them to zoom in on that details, because, yeah, that's some hella detail going on there. Very nice. I was trying to see how close we are to the top. We're getting close there. We're almost getting to the dock. That is why I kind of started early, so we could go over people and actually get really into the dock today. I think that's another post by them. Wow. Okay, so they're slowly creating this in Minecraft. I see, and they like put the Google Earth Street View to sort of show how accurate it looks. But right now, it looks like they have about right here. Just this little circle area in here. Very accurate though. That looks. It's very good. Yeah. Okay. There we go. Now we can see without it. Yeah. Nice. Very well done. That's. I wonder if they made that just with like Google Street View data and stuff. 1-to-1 scale. Huh. Well done. Well done indeed. Not bad in terms of detail. I like the colors and the pillars there. That's a nice touch. Gravity Falls. Oh man, I need a bigger build of this. That's not enough. You're teasing me. Just makes me want to make all of Gravity Falls, man. Gravity Falls is just such a good show. It's so good. Yeah, so again, this is just stuff that we're going to be going over in a sec here. I mean, we probably won't get this far into the document, honestly, with the terrain generation stuff today, but we will eventually get there. I will hopefully be going through all of the document. But yeah, I just want to look at a couple more of these. Let's look at the last few. That's cute. Little slimes. Curious slimy creatures. What is this? What? Oh god, I just made it full screen. No, that's not what we want. Okay, what is... Oops, I clicked away from it. Okay, so it's just like an organic place. I did not like that render, by the way. That was flipping itself and swirling itself and stuff there. That was... Okay, let's move on. So I'm actually going to close Discord so I can keep my world edit doc or my other doc open. So basically I have this document open twice right now so that I can see the key as well. But I'll show you guys what I'm looking at if I need to, by the way. So with that, hey, how's it going? Easy Tech? Okay. How's it going? Is it EzTech or EZTech? Do you say the EZ or TAC? I mean, sorry, or Tech. It's TAK. So how do you how do you say your name? Anyway, so last time, just quickly try to summarize the stuff that we went over. Essentially, we have okay, within the expressions command, the first equal is essentially just saying replace this with y equals 65. So replace, so I'm trying to, it's essentially a sign. So replace is, I guess is a better way to say it. So the replace is y equals 65, if that makes sense. So you're just saying replace and then look for y at 65 in the selection. So if I'm in Minecraft and I don't have 65 in my selection, so right now I only have 124 to 100, and if I try to do this command, which is specifying that it needs to place, essentially that I want to place blocks in 65, it won't place anything, just to make sure I don't have a Gmasker on anything. But if I go ahead and do that same selection, and we go down low enough so that we're actually within 65, and we do that same command one more time, bam, it places blocks in the selection that we made at level 65. Aztec. Okay. Aztec. Oh. Okay. I get it. Like Aztec. Okay, Aztec. I get it. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Thank you. I'll make sure to try to say it right now from there on. Yeah. Did I? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I guess your name doesn't have a capital E there. I need to uncapitalize it when I put it in the thing. Anyway, sorry, getting distracted. So yeah, essentially that's all that this command is saying is replace is 65, or replace is y at 65, and it's checking for if you have your selection at 65. And if you change this number to have a number that is actually in your selection, obviously it'll place those blocks in your selection. So that is sort of the simplest version of an expression that you could possibly have. So that is essentially, I guess, this down here where we started placing things, the glass blocks down there. But then moving on, we have a little bit more complicated stuff where you're just essentially saying place blocks between this point and this point, or from this point to this point. So in this case, it's between 65 plus 8. So you're placing the block, it's checking if your selection is at 65, and then it's placing 8 blocks above that selection from 65. So again, we get back our things here. Oops, don't want that. Okay. So we go boom at 65, and we go up to as far as we want, like here. And we go and actually select this command, plop that in there. That'll only place the blocks up 8 blocks, no matter how high our selection is. Now, on the other hand, there is replace above, which is essentially saying replace down from the top of our selection to the y plus 8, or 65 plus 8. And then if we do that, it'll essentially go from all the way the top of our selection that we were at. So if we actually were to expand this like 100 blocks, which I think is already past the height limit, but that's okay. And we just do that same command one more time. It'll actually go, again, from the top of our selection down. And then I'm actually, let's see. So with this one down here, if we were to do that same selection, so we start here, or we start essentially where we were here, and we go all the way down to the ground, and we do that less than command again, that will do the exact opposite. So essentially going from the bottom of our selection to that top part there. And then the opposite for this one. And again, for this one, the size of our selection is important, but also the actual coordinates that you put into the command are also equally as important. So like the 65 has to exist within the selection that you have. So like if you select beyond 65 and you're trying to place stuff below it, nothing's going to happen because it's checking for that 65 below it, and vice versa for the above. So it's checking for if your selection is at 65 and below it, and essentially from your selection, or above it, sorry. Okay, so I hope that somewhat explains that a little bit better than I did last time. And now we have the one that I still sort of don't quite understand fully, but it's basically just doing dividing and then getting you the remainder. So y divided by 3's remainder equals 0, and you're setting 1 there. So the replace is y divided by 3, so y divided by 3's remainder, and then you're saying equals, equals 0. So when we do that, we get, of course, this thing right here that we're seeing here. But again, this is dependent on our selection again. So if we have just a huge selection, it will do it within our selection. So if we go up all the way as high as we want, let's actually go just even higher and stuff here just to show you. And we grab this. Oops. Ba-doom, ba-doom. Should place it all the way up to the top of our selection, and essentially this gap is happening because it's saying that, well, 65 y% 3 is elevated as 65, which so I'll just read this whole thing. So for every block, we take the y level and divide it by 3, then see what the remainder is. For example, so just like what I was saying, it's just y divided by 3, and then you're getting the remainder. And so 65 y divided by 3 is evaluated as 65 divided by 3, which returns 2. And then essentially it's doing that every single time as you go up within your command. And then this is going to add another complexity layer to that, which essentially puts another gap on both the x and the z level as well as the y instead of just the y. So that's this grid right here. So yeah, I think that's essentially as far as we got. We started, I think, with this stuff, and then yeah, we started getting into even more complicated stuff. So last time, we're essentially saying the oh yeah, I think we ended on this one, right? I'm pretty sure, or we might have gotten a little bit into this. Yeah, I think we may have gone through this page. So there are two important logical operators that we can use. Either check where two conditions return true, or check where either condition returns true. So there are logical ands, ors. The and or. So with this command, it looks like we're looking at ands. So essentially, we have taken two conditions. First, we evaluate y is greater than 65 plus 8. And then the second, we evaluate y is less than 65 plus 16. Okay, yeah. So essentially, you're evaluating both those two things at the exact same time. So you're saying evaluate this and this. So the replace is y equals greater than 65 plus 8 and y equals less than 65 plus 16. And if we basically do that exact same selection that they have there, which is from 65, it doesn't really matter how high or low it is actually again, because it's going to be detecting between blocks. So as long as our selection is within the between 65 plus 8 and 65 plus 16, essentially it'll place the blocks. So that should be like 70, what I think, yeah, 73 and 81. There we go. Yeah, it says it right there. So as long as it's between, your selection is between 73 and 81, which of course you have to do the math with the 65 plus 8 and 65 plus 16, it should replace those blocks in that selection. So yeah, as you can see, my selection was pretty big, but it only replaced the blocks with between, again, 65 plus 8 and 65 plus 16, which is just 73 and 81 essentially. And again, if we wanted to change those coordinates, we would basically have to do the math for it. Because I don't think, and this is something I genuinely want to test because I don't really know how that would work, but what happens if you just put the solid coordinate without doing the math? So let's see, like, because I haven't tested this kind of stuff, and I'm genuinely curious. So I don't know if that makes a difference. So let's just do like 89 or from 60 to 89 and see if that. Okay, so yeah, you don't have to do the math. You don't have to say, 65 plus 8 and 65 plus 16. So brackets also control order of operation mathematical equations. Yeah, so the brackets are very important though in this command because it's essentially saying do all of this within here first and then and that. So yeah, that is order of operation still, but I guess you don't have to do the math part. Like you don't have to say 65 plus 16 just to get 81. You can just put 81 and it's essentially like the same thing. So let's actually undo that and let's put in the same commands or the same coordinates. So 81 and what was it, 73? And that should be the exact same, yeah. So yeah, you don't have to do the math. I did need to know that. That is good to know, because that does just add like a layer of complexity that you don't have to put, but yeah. Okay, and I assume that same logic applies up here as well. Like you don't have to put 65 plus 8. You can just put the coordinate. I'm actually curious because I think Aztec and Zeranny are probably here, or at least one of them are probably here. I'm curious why you guys put like the math equation there instead of just putting like a y coordinate, like what's the, is it, yeah, I'm curious what the reason is, because isn't that exactly the same as like this here to show you that // does maths for you. Okay, I'm guessing I just haven't gotten there yet then. Okay, fair enough. I'll just keep going. I'm not gonna, I was just curious because it does seem kind of important to say that you don't have to put that there though, at least at the beginning. I don't know. Because I didn't know that, actually. It was just like, oh, I can do that. Okay, feel free to skip this section if you're a beginner. All right, well, we are not really that much of a beginner, but we are kind of a beginner when it comes to this stuff. So, I do know about deform and stuff, so I think I might be able to do this. All right, well, we'll see. So distorting, I do know a little bit about distorting, and that's essentially stuff that I've used to like rotate on off angles and stuff when / rotate doesn't work essentially. But yeah, let's see. So expression execute each block. So yeah, that's the coordinate, I assume, minus COR. Is a part explained later. You can ignore that for now. Okay, whatever. Fine. We'll ignore that for now. So, okay. The expression executed for each block is expected to modify the variables x, y, and z to point at a new block to fetch. Okay, yeah. So essentially x, y, z goes in, x, y, z goes out. Yeah, while before we had x, y, z goes in, true, false goes out. Okay, I get it. Okay. Got it. For any reason you skipped the variable section. Did I? Where's the... What? Pretty sure I went over all this stuff. Last week. The expression stuff. Expressions, and then... Hold on. What did I miss? What are you talking about? Assigning variables. Oh, you're right. I just... Nope, there is no reason. I just completely skipped it. Yeah, no, I think I just scrolled down on accident. Okay, cool. Yeah, okay, my bad. Okay, yeah, so this is just as important, I think, actually. Yeah, so expressions can get very long. To help with the readability, we are able to store and recall variables using values using variables. Variables can be named however you want. There are a few exceptions. Here's a simple example of my variable, 65, and using it as y greater than my variable plus 8. So the replace is my variable equals 65. What does this mean? Like in terms of the maths? Like and or? No, it's not and or, it's just also, I guess. Hold on, I'm looking at the key, sorry. That's not there. Okay, so I guess, yeah, is that just like separate? Like, what is that? Read the next line. Okay, you know what? Fine. I'm just trying to figure it out with the key. Separate assignments with... You know what? Fine. Fine. But to be fair, it isn't in the key. So I do think you do need to put that in the key, actually. At least I don't see it in the key. It should be like a separates command or something like that. Commands. Yeah. I do think that should be in the key. Regardless, I know it does say it right there. I'm stupid, but it should be in the key as well. It's not unusual to have a sequence of expressions of just assigned variables. Remember that the last value in this sequence is always returned. It often helps to give your variables names that describe themselves. Having well-named variables will help everyone else and your future self to read and understand your commands. Okay, so I'm going to assume that I have just no idea how to actually write a variable, so that's not something I'm going to worry about too much. But, okay, especially important for things like here through the... hold on, I'm gonna do the bookmark in a new tab. Wait, what? Oh, nope, it didn't. Okay, there it is. Okay. I just want to see what it's talking about. Okay, so these are like making a cylinder. Okay. Just want to see what it's talking about. Okay, so using the variables more descriptive names only grows with the complexity and size of the command. Okay, so here's a potential overlay excessive example of naming parts of your expression. Note that we are not changing the behavior of the command only how it reads. Okay. So essentially, this is the exact same as doing, what is it up here? This. The and. If I'm reading that right. So, or this one. Yeah. So that's the exact same as doing this, essentially. Where's the 1.4.2 thing? Wait, no, that's a command. Never mind. What is... Oh, okay, never mind. That doesn't have a thing. Never mind. Okay. But yeah, I assume that's essentially the same as that. So, like, doing this, this lower bound is y equals... Or y is less than 65 plus 8, which is, what, 73 again. It's just saying the bottom is this, and then the upper is this, the low, and... Wait, hold up. All right, it keeps going. Hold on. If you're able to follow and understand the concepts and examples so far, congrats. You already understand the basics. Okay. I still don't... So let's see if we can actually follow what this command's doing. So, as far as I can tell, this is essentially the same as that other one, that other part. The one we were talking about before with the and. Except we're not putting an and, we're putting a colon. Right? So this is 3 different colons. But, okay, and then the last part of this is lower bound and upper bound stone. See, I don't understand the last part of this, I guess. Because I understand the necessity for all the rest of the command, but what happens if you just do... So, okay, first of all, let's just do the command, because as it is. So let's get in our little plot here. Do some selecting from here. It doesn't matter how high. Plop that command in as is. Okay, so yeah, it plops in essentially what we were doing before with this. So yeah, it looks like it's the exact same plane. Everything's the same, essentially. So what I want to know is what happens when we get rid of this last part of this command, because what is that part telling it? Okay, wait. I do. So that last part is telling it... Is it giving it the and part, I guess? Yeah, okay. So let me undo that. If we just do that, is it just saying play stone? No. Okay, so if we get rid of the lower bound and upper bound part, yeah, it's essentially like getting rid of the and. Okay. Not really sure why this last part influences all of this, I guess. Lower bound variable holds the output of y is greater than 65 plus 8. We recall the result. Oh, okay, so this is where this assigning kind of comes in play, I guess. So here's a potentiality. I guess so you're just... So that's just holding the output, or I guess both of these are just holding the output, right? And then this is saying do it for lower bound and upper bound. Okay. So that's the assigned variable, essentially, right? So this is assigning the variable, and then this is saying this is where you need to do it. Right? Okay. Okay. That's fair. Okay. Cool. Moving on then. Now, before going into generate noise functions, we may want to mention a few additional tools and concepts. Discover your own. Feel free to skip this section now if you're a beginner. Okay, so I do understand deform probably better than I do expressions and stuff, so I think I'm okay to go into deform right now, but we'll see how far we can get before I need to just go to the skip button there. Okay, so you can distort by offsetting, stretching, rotating, custom distortions, and distortions by noise. So the ones that I am pretty familiar with are these top 3, but custom and noise I'm not as familiar with, so I should be able to get pretty far into this. The expressions is executed for each block and is expected to modify variables x, y, z to point. And yeah, all right. So we already went over this, but essentially it's moving it based on x, y, z instead of the output or whatever. Right? Yeah. Okay. So I think we actually have to have blocks to deform in order for this to work. So we're gonna just you know what? Let me grab this little chunk right here. This is a fun little chunk. A fun little frumpy dude. So let's copy this. Oops. Ah, damn it. If I could type the right letter. Okay. And let's put it over here. Okay. So, I also want to sort of point out that I'm pretty sure when it comes to distorting things, the like shape of your selection matters a lot, or like how it is selected, the thing itself. So essentially, when you're trying to distort like a regular build or something like that, if you select it so that the thing itself is in the center of the selection, so let's just like right here to right here, it's essentially it's moving your entire selection. So if you're distorting it, you're trying to distort it beyond your own selection. First of all, that's not going to work because your selection needs to be big enough to actually, do the thing, if that makes sense. So like right here, if I were to try to stretch it beyond where I just selected, it wouldn't be able to go past the border that I just selected. I'm pretty sure that's the case in general. And then the same thing applies when you're how you select it. So if you selected it at the top of your selection, you're trying to rotate it, your selection size is going to matter, I'm pretty sure. That's what your control with minus COR. Okay. And that's why we put the minus R. Okay, cool. So yeah, the minus R essentially gets rid of that. Okay. So we'll move on. Knowing that that is an important factor, the minus R is essentially what's getting rid of that, I guess. I'm curious. Wait, actually, did you say that somewhere already? And I didn't. It's probably not. Okay. Probably just says it down here, and I haven't read it yet. Anyway, so yeah, essentially the selection matters if you're not using minus R, I guess. But we'll get to it. It's fine. So let's just see what happens if we do deform on that with that selection. Okay, so that is just moving it. Okay, so yeah, that is essentially moving it 4 blocks on the x-axis. And I think if we do this same command and we do negative, yep, it'll go the other way. So let's undo that. And let me show you just regular 4. Yeah, that goes the other way. Okay, so yeah, essentially that's just moving it on that coordinate. And I think, wait, let me redo. No, okay. I thought I didn't have the right selection there. So I actually want to see here. So if I try to move it and my selection is like perfectly on it instead, so like right here, and we don't put that minus R, that's going to essentially do the thing that I was talking about, right? So that'll like, whoa, get rid of the build. I just got rid of it completely. That's not what I expected, actually. Okay, yeah, so minus R. Okay, yeah, so no, I was still right. Even with the minus R, if your selection isn't big enough and you're just moving it outside of your selection, it's just going to destroy the build. Right? Like, it's just demolish the build. So if I move it 4 more, it's just going to keep demolishing it 4 blocks at a time, essentially. Yeah, so that's essentially what I was talking about with the size of the selection also matters. So like it's best when you're deforming to have big selections, especially if you're going to be moving it a big chunk or whatever, rotating it a big object a lot. Okay, so think of it this way. When a block is positioned coordinates 10, 10, 10, it will run the expression whenever values x, y, z are set to after evaluating the expression is where the block should fetch its pattern from. So the mentioned command, it will become whatever the pattern is placed at the coordinates 14, 10, 10. Yeah, so you're essentially just adding 4 to that x value, and it becomes that now. Yeah. Okay. Hence, the following command would fill the selection. So yeah, essentially this is just, we can move it on every axis now instead of just once. Let me make my selection bigger now because we want to be able to move it around a little bit more. We also don't want to move it 100 blocks. So I think I'm just going to do 10. Whoops, with each, not 100. So we're going to do 10, 10, 10, and that should move it this way 10, that way 10, and up 10. Whoa. Uh-oh. Is my selection not big enough still? Hold on. That should be moving it. So, like, let me just F3 arc really quick. So that is X, Z, and Y. Yeah, so it should be moving it that way, and up. So as long as our selection is 10 blocks that way and 10 blocks up, it should be... Read the paragraph. You know what? Hence, using the following command would fill the selection with whatever block is placed at coordinates. Oh, okay. Those are coordinates. Got it. So we need to put those blocks as the coordinates. So like the one that let me make a smaller selection just somewhere else. So I don't want to spend 3 hours typing the coordinates in. So if we go boom, and you know what? Reading is hard. Okay, yeah. And then we essentially put the coordinates that we just got in there. So Z is 3, 2, 6. Even though this is kind of unnecessary, I guess it's essentially like doing /last set, right? I'm actually, wait, so if we wanted to put from 84 all the way to the ground, we would have to put another Y, right? At least I think. So -5, 1, 2, 3. Let me just see if that worked. That did not work. Okay, hold on. What am I doing wrong now? I mean, that was just the first position, so we need to go from, or I guess we need like 5, 0. 9, 4. Let's see. Nope, that still didn't work. Okay. Hold on. Boom, boom. So from wait, hold on. This doesn't make any sense. So hence the following command, fill the select. Yeah, this is just filling the selection, but block is placed at with whatever block is placed at the coordinates. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. So hold on. If we I think I understand this better now. Hold on. So if we're selecting this block, and then we do that. So wait, actually, let's select a special block. I don't know, whatever. Oops, this one. Boom, and we're gonna select that block right there. Okay, so yeah, those should both be the same coordinates. And then if we do 3, and we select this chunk right here, we go boom, boom, and then we go deform. Block at coordinates negative is error. Yeah, okay, yeah. So I think I'm understanding this right now. So since we selected that block and it's now that, it should 5, 6, 60, 64, 5, whoops, and -5, 0, 8, 7. Okay, so now that should -5, 0, 8, 7, 65, 3, 2, 5, 6. Okay. So that didn't work still. So technically that time my selection is filled with birch planks. I don't, unless I didn't do that, right? Maybe I need to like yeah, okay. There's definitely birch planks there now. And then if we go boom, boom, boom. Okay, unsure why that's not working actually. let's see if I do like a stone block or something. I mean, you'd think that that would be enough. Let me go down to the ground and do like a grass block, because those are, I mean, grass is just always there, right? So that would be hard to not read that as a block, right? Okay, so this first one, the first coordinate there is what we're typing in. So negative. There's a bug. Oh, okay. So it's just the negative coordinate. Okay. Time to make a bug report. Well, glad I found it for you. But I mean, it's good to know it's just the negative number. It's not anything crazy. So let me, you know what? It's totally worth just flying to a positive number here really quick. Give me my thing. F3. There we go. Okay. So let me just TP post, because I think that'll be easier. Let me go TP POS. I'm actually not sure if I can. Let's just do 5,000. Actually, I wonder if I can go to... Oh, come on. I don't have access for TP post. God damn it. Hold on. I need to get access for that. Let me ask them real quick. Need access / TP post, please. Okay, well, for now, we'll just fly. Why not? We only have 5,000 blocks to go. It's fine. The other one was positive, right? I can't see things because it's too skinny. Hold on. The other one, yeah, it's 3,000. Okay. I just want to see if this works. I gotta know. It's only 5,000 blocks. It's fine. Whee! We just get to fly over all of my old builds and stuff. A few thousand blocks away. I think this is the, yeah, that's the forest terrain. Solid. Yep, look at that. We're flying past the forest terrain and stuff. That's funny. Alright. Only 500 blocks to go. We got this. Okay. So, essentially, now that we're here, let me get rid of F3, go away. Okay. So, now let me just click, let me do this with the birch link again, because I think that's more fun. So if we do this, I guess we only need that first selection there, and we go boom. Or actually, if we just select that block, I'm curious. So we just select this block, and I go back to home noise function. So that, wait, hold on. Let me just make sure that I have it. Okay, it's 163. Let me, you know what? I want to reset it. Okay, it's this one. Okay, home noise function. I just want to see if this works. So we're all the way back here now. Let's go back up on top. I don't know why I feel like I need to be up here, but just want to do it. Let me go boom. Boom. So let's see if it works from a positive into a negative place. And then I'll just go back and I'll see if it works in just positive, like totally positive, you know? So like you do / and we put in 3225. Oh wait, crap, it's -60. Crap. I might have screwed it up anyway because I put it too low in the ground. I don't know if -y is going to screw it up. But let's find out. Didn't seem to work. Okay, hold on. Let's go back. Let's just see if it works out here. In totally positive areas as well. Let me also move 100 blocks up. Okay, and then let's just do that again. So boom, boom. Okay, let me make sure I'm just completely in positive right now. So boom and boom. And that's all positive numbers, all positive numbers. Okay, I just want to, yeah, so, wait, that was 40. Okay, so you need 163, 40, and that. Bam! Yay! All positive numbers. It does work. Okay, cool. So yeah, it's something about the negative numbers that's screwing with that, I guess. That's fine. I actually, let me undo 2. Let me see if -60 is also gonna screw with it or not. Yeah. Okay. So just any negative number. It's not just, it's X, Y, and Z that can't be negative, it would seem. Okay, at least right now. That's a bug, obviously. But just wanted to test it to make sure it was all of the negative numbers. But yeah, it appears to be. Okay, cool. Moving on. We're just gonna not worry about that, I guess. Okay. I do think it might be a good idea to just move all this stuff out there, though, actually, into the positive, just so that I don't have to deal with that bug, just in case, anymore. So I'm just going to grab all this crap, and we're going to move back to where I just was with all of it. It's only deform. Yeah, I mean, but we're still going over deform, so just... might as well just be in there. Be over where it works for now. Only deform. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, deform. Right now, just /move is broken on this server. Like, I can't move. I think it's like -X or something like that. Yeah, it's dumb. I hope that actually copied it. Time to make a bug report, though. Yeah, for real. As I have said in past streams, I do find a lot of bugs because I tend to test things more than most people do, I think. I think I just use things to their absolute limits a lot more than I should. But, you know, it's only bad for me. Helps the devs and stuff, I guess. Just like, damn it, why is this working? Alright, anyway, sorry. Expression support. So, do while loops. What? For loops. If-else statements. Switch statements. Okay, I don't know what... So, do loops, like do while loops, for loops, if-else, and switch. So switch is the only word in there that I totally understand. You're switching from one thing to another. No, but we'll see. Okay, so we won't go into how they work at this time, but there are countless sources on the internet. For example, this one. I will gladly go and look at that really quick, just to see what you guys are showing. Oh, here we go. Look at that. Use if to specify a block of code to be executed. If it's true, use else code to be executed if the same condition is false. Else if to specify a new condition test if the first condition is false. Okay. Is there an if else as well? No, I guess that would make sense. You gotta test if something is true before it exists, right? Or no, it has to exist before you can test if it's true or false, right? Yeah, the other way around. You can't test if it's true or false if it doesn't exist, right? And then switch to specify many alternative blocks of code to be executed. Okay, no idea what that means, but we're moving on. Okay, so mega buff. What a word. World Edit provides two buffers you can read from and write to any numerical values. One is global gmegabuff, and strong values even after a command finishes running, while the other is local megabuff, just without the G, I guess, storing values only for the execution of the current command and cleared once command has finished running. Okay, so essentially this is just explaining what this key does right down here. So the G megabuff returns the value, and then this sets the value of a buffer. Excuse me, sorry. At a given index. Okay. Negative numbers are just... Yeah, I agree. Negative numbers are just a pain all around. Negative numbers are just... Negative numbers, you know? Like, adding negative numbers, it's such a, like, switch you have to make in your head, too. Like, I can imagine why it's broken. Yeah. It's only, yeah, okay. So, yeah, it looks like you guys already did add a thing. I didn't see that comment. Huh. I guess it doesn't help if they just ignore the bug. They just said, negative numbers? Screw that. Don't build in negative places. They're just saying, stay out of that negativity. Stay away from that negativity. Oh, man. I'm sorry. To be fair, though, considering how big Minecraft worlds are, that isn't really that hard of a thing to do, especially when you're talking about flat worlds, like I'm in. I could have easily been building this entire time in positive numbers and never had the problem. Never even had known that it was a problem because I was just always in positive numbers. Like, that is completely a possibility, which is wild to me. Okay. Anyway, I still haven't even looked at this last part. So there's also a function that can separate or search for the buffers for the closest point stored in them to a given point. See this example. So G closest XYZ finds the index of the closest XYZ values, as in the consecutive buffer values to the given XYZ values. So within the continuing iterations and stride, the count and stride, space between each iteration, starting a given index value. Okay. I'm not going to pretend I know exactly what that means, but let's see if I can. Hold on. Okay, so that's just saying calculate that. / calculate G mega buff 0 is 0. 1 is still 0. 2 is also 0. 1 comma 69 is 69. Nice. Oh, so you just essentially told it that 1 now is 69. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I don't know how that worked, but I'm just gonna move on. Hopefully we can get some visualizing here. So now that we understand the basics of using expressions, let's look at the / generate command. Yay, / G. This is the one where it starts getting real spicy, I would say. So, yeah, I might actually, let's see, whatever, yeah, we'll see. I'll start with this. Um, probably just start it, and we'll see how far we can get. But I'm definitely not going to get super far in this today, because this is just a whole new can of worms, basically, now. So deform and mega buff are seeming, or distorting, deforming, and mega buff, yeah. So, I'm not sure, what are the distortions by noise? I don't think we really get any examples of that, do we? Unless that's like later on with generate that we start getting that. Normalize systems, generate. I guess let's look at that example, yeah? Where's the... Where'd that go? Okay, so cylinder. So distortion by noise is essentially saying, or adding more complexities to the Z and the X, I'm assuming then. That's what it's looking like. Because normally you just be able to make the cylinder, right? But then with the distortion by noise, you can essentially push that cylinder at certain like levels, right? That's essentially what it looks like you're doing. You're essentially just making a cylinder, and then you're just saying push it around, as it goes up or whatever. At least that's what I'm basically getting from this. It's essentially just like, yeah, your normal 3D calculator kind of command, world edit command things. So like whenever you have a graph or whatever, and you're just like, yeah, I need to do cosine of 2, and it's like, all right, well, I'm making a straight line, and then you said cosine of 2. Got it. Except we're doing 3D calculating, I guess, essentially, is all we're really doing, right? Okay, back up to things up here. Okay. So yeah, it's all related. Now that we understand the basis of that, okay. The generate command especially works in the same way as the expression masks, but has a few small yet powerful additional features. Its syntax is generate pattern and then expression. Okay, so /g generate, yeah. We will also need the equals, yeah, ... Okay, so yeah, the same as the other. So // generate stone is essentially just the same as doing // set stone. But we can do that. Okay. Did I paste this stuff into the positive? Hold on. Let's just make sure all this stuff is in positive numbers over here. Okay, that's fine. Okay, good enough. Okay. I just don't want to have to worry about anything anymore. Actually. Okay, so we have that and that, and if we just do generate stone, it's essentially like doing // set stone, or if we do // g stone 1. Boom. Okay, let's take a look at the difference between using an expression mask. So, hold on. Just really quick, why do you have to put stone twice? So, hold on. Unless the 1 is not stone. Oh, 1 is the... What is 1 then? Hold on. Expression. The expression is 1. So is 1 just saying yes? The 1 is the expression, not stone. Okay, yeah, but like, what is... So, oh, yeah, just, we put the 1 as the expression, but that's just saying fill in all the selection. I don't understand why 1 means fill in all the selection, I guess, is all. Synonym to command 111. Okay. We will go and look at that real quick. I'm assuming that is the very first command. Oh, man. Okay. Yeah, okay. So it's essentially the opposite, though. It's like saying is over here, but you don't have to put the equals. That's weird. So if you put 0, it's saying no, right? Yeah. And then what about 2? I mean, I guess any number that isn't 0 works, right? You could just put like -1000 and it still should work, right? No, never mind. Negative numbers don't work. Okay, so like 1000 and it still works though, right? Yeah. So it doesn't matter that it just matters that it isn't 0, essentially. For at least the basic of the command. Saying, and I assume the same thing applies to this. It just matters that it isn't 0. So like, if I do that same thing up here, this, it's not about the fact that it's 1. It's the fact that it's just not 0. Like, it could be 0.1, right? Yeah. As long as it's greater than 0, yeah. Or less than 0 is false. Okay, yeah, so that, okay, yeah, just greater than 0. Okay, yeah. Okay. And then the same applies with G. Fantastic. Okay, went way too far. Wow. Okay. So, normalized coordinate system. When // generate runs through every block to evaluate our expression, it by default does not use the game's absolute world coordinates like the expression masks from before did, but instead uses the normalized XYZ. Wait. Isn't that what it is? Hold on. What do you... Wait. The normal... Isn't the normalized X... Or like... Wait. Yeah, no, hold on. What? Wait, what's different? Why Why am I tripping about that? The selection will be assigned a new set of coordinates. The set of coordinates depends on the position within the relative, relative to your selection. Okay. Here's a small example visualizing of the coordinates values that the blocks within a 9x9 selection will have. Okay. Where we mapped the -1, or red to -1, white to 0, and blue to 1. Okay, so that's negative, that's positive. Yeah, okay. And then, in fact, by default, the x, y, z variables range from -1 to 1, generally being decimal numbers like 0.2, -0.33, 0.5, and so on. It means regardless of the location or size of your selection, the highest layer of the block in your selection will have y coordinate 1. And the lowest layer will have y coordinate -1. Oh, okay. I think I'm starting to get that. So while all the coordinates in between are uniformly spaced, decimal values filling in the gap in our 9x9x9 case, those would be basically everything in between 1 and -1 proportionally. So it's just going by 0.25 back to 1. Yeah, okay. So it tries to keep it as even as possible. So we're not doing y equals 65, we're doing y equals 0.5 and so on. Greater than, yeah, okay. Okay. So yeah, we're only talking about between -1 and 1. Always, period. Right? Yeah. That's, yeah, okay. Okay. Got it. So, for example, the front cube of the top layer in the first image, which resembles x, the cube is red, so its x is -1, while the other two images, y and z, the cube is blue, meaning y and z are 1. This is... Thus, its new relative coordinates are -1, 1, 1. So the front cube of the top layer in the first image, which is this little... Yeah. So any of these top red cubes over here that resemble x, or -x? You mean -x, right? With this right here? Because red is negative, right? For example, top layer, the first image resembles x. The whole cube resembles x, and the cube is red. Yeah, so it's -1. When it is red, it is -1, and when it is blue, it is +1. But in between, it's essentially 0, and when it's white, yeah, it's essentially 0. Okay. But while the other two images for y and z, the cube is blue. You're saying that specific cube... Okay, so like this one, I get it now. Okay. So it's essentially saying this one cube right here in the top right corner, it's red for this x value. So that means it's -1. For this y value, it is solid blue, so that means it's +1. And then for the z, it is, again, solid blue, so that means it is +1. And then we can kind of do that same sort of logic again, so like we could just pick one, so like this, if we just move back 2 blocks, essentially, and we stay on that top layer, it's going to be the exact same thing, except this time that first one is going to be, what is it, -0.5, I guess, or something like that, or 0.25, I guess. I don't know exactly what that would be, but essentially, yeah. And then if we kind of just follow that grid down, and we could sort of sink in to the middle of the block as well. But yeah, okay, I get it. Yeah. Here's a simple question to test whether you understand how // generate handles coordinates that will generate 9 by 9 selection, so you could perhaps visualize it in your head. Okay, yeah, I mean, I basically already did, essentially. So it's essentially just following these blocks. So, like, if you pick one block in this, and then you look at that same block with the other coordinates, it's gonna give you your actual coordinates. Okay. The answer's on the next page. What? I am more curious about sort of the how the inside of it works, because like I understand it's like obviously this block is this block, and like, but like what happens when you start moving inside the block, I guess, like, or like rotating it. Anyway, we're just gonna go over the answer right now anyway. So the expression essentially says a block is placed if you if and only if one or more of its xyz coordinates value is 0. So with generate, this is the case of the 3 center layers for each respective axis, because as mentioned, / generate uses a normalized coordinate system filtered through your selection, going from -1 to 1 on the other side of each axis. Here's a few more visualizations of some expressions with the normalized coordinate system together. Somewhat relative example commands. The given expressions is evaluated for each cube using its relative coordinates. The output of the expression determines the color of the cube. So x plus z divided by 2. So let me. Oh, I did. Wait. Oh, no. Go back. Nope. I think I just. Okay, whatever. All right. I didn't mean to do that, but we're down here now. Okay, so I think it was talking about this one. No, it's talking about this one. I think. I don't know. Hold on. Let me go back up. All the way back up. Oh man. Oh, too far. Okay. So that's where we are. So example command. Hold on. Open a new tab. Put you over here. Show me your command. Okay, it's this one. So G. Essentially, it's saying just do the outline. I mean, really, we should understand most of why this command works, honestly, based on everything we've learned here. So let's see if we plop this in here. Oh, I don't think I have anything selected actually. We go boom, bada boom, and we go boom, bada boom. I think. Wait. Hold on. Is it not putting? Okay, I was gonna say to put it in the command. There we go. Bam. All right, yeah. So there's the box, and I think that'll just be on the edge of our selection, no matter how big our selection is. I'm pretty sure //G only works with cuboid selection, right? So if I do cell sphere, I just want to see what happens here. Okay, 0 recreated. Okay, so //G does work with other types of selections, it seems. Curious how that would impact that, actually. That seems like a very interesting thing to test. Some like spherical and elliptical selections and stuff. It does work with sphere, but that command would be outside. Oh, okay. So just that command won't work with the sphere. The one I wanted to try before. Okay. Wow, we gotta go way up still. All the way up here. Okay. So that's x plus z divided by 2. Not really sure how that's making an outline of the block. Like this one right here seems like it would make more of an outline. Or is that, wait, is that what I'm doing? Yeah, this is the, isn't this exactly what I'm doing right now? More so? With that example command that I just did? Like, it's essentially just saying don't put blocks in these negative parts, right? Like, whereas this one looks like it'd be more like just put blocks on the right corner or whatever, the corner over there. I don't know. Maybe I'm just reading it wrong. I'm just not understanding. Okay. Let's open this one and see what else we got. So that's this bookmark. So x times x plus z times z is less than 1. Let's copy that and see if we can make our cylinder. We go boom and boom, and we plop that. Oops, crap, I just did a sphere. Well, let's see if it works. Wow, that just made a sphere of blocks. Okay. Wait, hold on. Okay, yeah, it is a solid sphere. Just wanted to make sure. Okay. Cuboid. Dealy. Boom, boom. Plop that in there. Give me a cylinder. Okay, cool. So x times x plus z times z. Okay, another fun example, if we map the y-axis from -1 to 1 and 0 to 1, we can treat the y value as the probability of a block being placed. To achieve this, we can use a random function. Or is this not talking about this? Oh, it is. Okay. Oh, wow. I really went down, like, not very far at all. Another fun example. Yeah. Okay. So that's just that. Okay. Yeah, x times x plus... Oh, okay, now I get why. Just seeing this little visualization here of this, that's so very, very helpful. I mean, it's essentially just all of the blocks on the edge are the positive, and as you go inward, it becomes less so. Yeah, so again, I don't... What is this one? Did I not click on the right thing? This doesn't seem like the right command that I put in there. It's still technically a cylinder, just cropped by your sphere selection. Oh. I guess that's fair. I mean, a cylinder is round, and then a sphere is also round, so if you crop a sphere, it's still going to be a sphere. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. No, you're right. Bad example. Okay. Okay. So this one is more like the last one, right? This one's more like this one right here, I think. I don't... Maybe... What is this one show, actually? What's the example? Oh, yeah, no. That is the same... Oh, no. This is the example that it should be, right? This is the first example. I think I was just looking at the wrong example. I think it was going to this one. Maybe not. Let me click on that again really quick. Hold on. We click on this one. It goes to... Oops. It should go to the one down here, right? Yeah, this one. And then the other one should go to this one, right? Because that makes more sense, I think. At least that's what this kind of seems like it would be like. Is it going to that one? No. Okay, it's showing this one as the bookmark. That's definitely not the right thing, because that's the same bookmark as the other one. I think you meant to go to this one. Because this makes sense to me, right? It's just essentially doing the, like, cut the corners off, essentially. Oops. So boom, boom, and you plop that in there. That is essentially the same as doing... Oops, let's just go back to here. what's it? Yeah, x plus z divided by 2. Let me see. So does this have, this doesn't have a divide by 2. I don't think there is an example that is exactly quite like that one. Because this still uses the ABS, and I don't think we want that. We just want x plus z divided by 2, essentially. We just do x plus z divided by 2. What does that put? Hey, yeah, that's actually what I was expecting. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so that sort of just cut off, well, an edge there, essentially. I was actually expecting the opposite. I was expecting it just to place that. But I think it's because of this less than. I think if we just get rid of that. Oh, never mind. That's important. What, maybe then greater than? Maybe it's greater than. Undo. If we do greater than, is it going to be the opposite? Yeah, okay. That's what I was expecting. There we go. Okay. Yes. Cool. That's more of an example. There we go. Yeah. So x plus z divided by 2 is essentially just, yeah, place that sliver that is this blue section right here. And we needed to do greater than 1, so it does that section and not the negative section, essentially. We want greater than 1, not less than 1. Okay. Yeah, so that makes sense. Okay. All right. I think we'll end once we get to the bottom of this page here, and then that'll be enough for today. So, to help us understand how each of the expression produces these results, go through some of the sample XYZ expressions. We already did that. Yeah. Why are these cubes like they are? I don't know. No, I'm just kidding. Another neat effect of relative coordinates is that the generated shape is independent from the selection location or size. This is demonstrated in the next example. Going back to the middle expression, a filled circle is defined by all points which are at most a certain distance away from the center. That means this can easily generate a circle or a cylinder. Yeah, I was going to say it. It probably also, yeah. Sphere is... You mean sphere, right? Or do you just mean... No, yeah, I think you guys... You do mean circle, but it could also make a sphere, right? Essentially just add in all the other coordinates, right? If you just add in the negatives as well, would that... Yeah, that would just make a sphere. Yeah, okay. Cool. So it's checking if the square root of x squared plus z squared is less than 1. And then if we want to be a bit more efficient, we can do x squared plus z squared less than 1 without the square root, I guess. Oh. Is less than 1 squared. I didn't even see that. Okay. Interesting. Note, however, that there will not be a 0 layer if there are an even amount of blocks. So I want to just see really quick, where was this command again? I want to do this again, the cylinder thing. Where is it? This. I mean, it's essentially just combining both of these, right? Radius. If I just grab this and add it to the other one, it should just do it, right? Hold on. Let me actually make sure I have a different selection as well. Boom. Boom. Okay. I just want to see if I can do this or not. If I can, then we're done. I'm just kidding. We are done for today, though, pretty much, if I can get this to work. I think we need to put this, so the radius 0.5 return, and then radius 0.5 return, yes, and then we just put both of these in the same thing. So grab that space there, and then I think I just do that, right? And then we add in this one. Or maybe, wait, no. It would just need to be plus, wait, no. Those are both the exact same thing. Hold on. What's the difference here? 0.5 return x less than radius. Wait, how are these commands different? Z. Oh, okay, the y. It's just the y. It's literally just the y. So I just need to add in plus y or plus z times z, I think. Man. At least that's whoops. Plus y times y. And that's all three coordinates? No? Okay, that's not correct. Oops, that part's not correct either. Okay, there we go. It's because I had the colon at the end. Add in the y-axis. You know what? I just did. And yes, essentially that, well, if it was a more perfect selection, yes, that would have been a sphere. But yeah, okay. Cool. It's a weird, cool way to make some weird shapes pretty quickly if you need. That's essentially just doing / sphere with like a weird selection. Actually, no, wait. You need to do, because you can make oblong spheres, right? With sphere. Missing argument. Why is it not giving me the, oh my god, okay. Well, I missed the days when you could see the arguments of a command when you just typed it in. Look at that. There it is. The one right below it. I mean, it's good that I did it because I wanted to understand why it's working. But also, with this, though, it does need to be a perfect selection to be a sphere, like, I'm assuming, right? So if I do, like, another really skinny-ass selection and weird selection here, and we just plop that sphere thing in, yeah, it's not going to be a sphere because it's not a perfect selection. Okay. Yeah, good to know, though. Okay. Yeah. Nice. All right. I think that honestly is a pretty good place to end things today. We got to here. I just need to remember that for next week. Because yes, we indeed will definitely be continuing this next week. I am very much enjoying this. I am learning a lot, honestly, a lot more about / generate and, well, expressions in general, because, yeah, a lot of the stuff is beyond what I normally do. But hopefully this was somewhat helpful for you guys. Easy way to get a perfect cube selection is to do post 1, post 2 in the same, yeah. And then outset. See, outset is the one that I forget. I always just remember expand, and I'm just like, oh, you just gotta expand it in every direction. Outset. Yeah, that's a good command to remember. Probably won't remember it, though. Actually, I'm curious, so does that also work with, like, this? Like, 10? No, it only works with cuboid, it seems. Yeah. Okay, that's actually good to know. I can't do it with sphere. And I'm pretty sure that's because you can use sphere to, like, make oblong sort of shapes just like this. Yeah. Yeah. Because, no, I did both. Didn't I? I did 1 and 2. I just did them in the exact same spot. Didn't I? Boom, boom. And then, wait. Let me make sure. I could have accidentally done the same thing there. Yeah, so I did the center and the radius in the same spot, and then outset 10. Oh, okay, never mind. You're right. I guess I didn't click the second one. My bad. Okay. Yeah. Okay, cool. I assume, though, for sure, it can't possibly... Whoops, we need to start here. Possibly work with this. What? Hold on. Hold on. Okay, I just want to... Let me go up like this, okay, and let's just do set 1 really quick, just to show. So that's what happens normally when I do something like that, and you try to set blocks in a convex selection. Obviously, we can also do, yeah. we'll just do that. That's the actual sort of string that I just selected, but if you try to set blocks within that, obviously you just saw what happened. So let's do, and let's just see what that happens there. It actually placed less blocks when I outset the convex selection. That makes absolutely no sense. What? All right, so let's try it like this. So I'm gonna try to do like a more sort of logical one. So we'll go like to there, and then we'll go up here, and we'll do like another sort of circle up here. And then I think if we do that and we do set 1, that should place a little bit more blocks. Okay, so now if we do outset 10, and we try to do that same set, it looks no different. Okay, I don't think it works on convex selection. Or I think it's pretending to work. I don't. Let me do outset 10 and just like set it over it. Yeah, nothing is happening. Absolutely nothing. It's so weird. Okay. Anyway, sorry, I'm getting distracted. Anyway, thank you for the command helps. The command lies to you. Yes, it does. But yeah, I was curious about that. Genuinely though, outset is one of those commands that I kind of forgot about, so it is indeed actually helpful to know about that. Because I genuinely just do like expand, and I'll just like expand it in every direction. Time. Not good at managing it sometimes. Anyway, with that, I am sure you all know how the buttons work down there by now. So do click them as you please. And yes, again, we will be back next week for some more learning and continuing on from this. So look forward to that. And yeah, thanks again for watching. Pluto out.